Now. Okay, great. Sorry. So again, I'm very happy to be with you today. Today's sound check. Thank you so much. It's 4, so we can all start. So today, for this hour, during this hour, I hope I will give you a bunch of information around two topics. First topic is fake news, and second one, let me call it as a scientific creativity and bunch of information, maybe to inspire you, maybe to give you some force, maybe to make you stronger, because I'm not sure what about you, but for me it's sixth week of my lockdown. So it means basically that I'm all the time or most of the time staying at home. I have to work, I have to do my research, I have to stay positive. So I guess, like, for me it's quite tough. I'm sure this is the same for you, and it's getting worse, so I have to do something to motivate myself, and this is how I treat this meeting. I hope you will be motivated, you will be stronger after this hour. A few organization stuff. So obviously this is a webinar series launched and organized by the Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange. This is the program is called Ready, Study, Go, Poland for Students in Poland. I know that you know it, but I should do it. I should say it at the beginning of the webinar. And any additional organization stuff, let me say. So in the end of the webinar, obviously, you will have time for questions. So, because I have to check on the chat. So let's do like that. Now I will have my part, and then in the end, I will leave some time for questions for you. So please wait with them till the end of my first part, because if not, I will have to look through the chat and maybe I will skip some questions, and this is what cannot happen today. You see, today, I'm not sure what time it is. Like, I never know. It's Friday, it's Saturday. This is the sixth week of lockdown. So guys, my presentation for today should start like it should be in a regular basis from the presentation of a plan. So webinar plan is quite basic. So I want to combine two elements. Let me tell you a few words about fake news. And because I'm a scientist, I will tell you how can we combine this phenomenon of fake news with our scientific background. I mean the environment of the university. And this is just because I treat it as a motivation hour. I want to show you a few very positive scientific examples of creativity that is happening now. And I'm entirely sure that all of you guys, you are young and you are motivated to do as much as you can to be greater when this lockdown will be finished. So I'm sure that you want to invest that time that you do have now in yourself. It should be like that. Because this is obvious for me that motivation level is changing. Let's be honest, we are looking at few months or weeks that are following now, and we have to be honest with ourselves. We don't have that much time that we did have at the beginning. Sometimes it's getting worse, this lockdown, week by week. So let's try to find some positive elements, and I will show you them from scientific but also from the social perspective. So let's treat it as a bunch of examples, positive examples, what you can do, how you can use tools that we do have. And obviously in the back, I will have this topic of fake news, but my main goal is to give you a bunch of positive examples, what you can do. And maybe it's not just like a copy of those projects, but maybe you will be motivated to do something more with your ideas that you do have in your mind. And one thing, it's always like that when I'm using those tools that I do have in here, and I don't have any personal contact with you. I'm not sure if you are on a bachelor level or you are MA level, MA studies, PhD studies. You done with university, you are working now, or you are doing both. In fact, I don't give a damn, because I feel that this hour will give you a bunch of information, a bunch of inspiration that you can use on all that levels. And this is my private goal, to give you a few ideas. So the webinar plan is like that, but first of all, I should introduce myself. I had a chance to meet few of you in, when was that? In February, when I had a meeting in NAWA in Warsaw. But I'm sure most of you don't know me. So a few words about myself. My name is Karolina Mania, and I'm PhD in law from Jagiellonian University. I did my PhD in a field of internet law. So, hey, this is first information about me. I have to combine two elements. One that is like very theoretical one, so it's just law, and this element of practical aspect of using that with internet. So my PhD thesis was about internet domain names dispute, and it was quite modern topic that time. So it gave me force and inspiration to combine few elements of scientific background in my future career. Second element that is very important here, I'm trying to talk to young generation, and I feel like I'm there also, in very basic way about complicated scientific results, not only in my field, legal field, but also in other ones. And my idea for that is a radio show, which is called, you can see it on the presentation, it's called Mania Nauki. So hey, second thing, my surname is Mania, and the name of my radio show is Mania Nauki, so scientific maniac. So I used my surname, and I thought, a few years ago, I thought, hey, I'm mainly working in interdisciplinary environment. I have friends who are lawyers, who are interested in economy, management. I do have to know many people from IT sector, because if I want to be, and I want to know as much as I can in a field of internet law, I have to understand this language of blockchain and this IT language. So what I like, my idea was like, I will combine all those group of people that I do have around me, and they are all scientists, specialists in their fields, and I will do just something that I really want to do, and I love to do it, and I will do interviews with them. So a few years ago, I started my cooperation with Radiofonia. Radiofonia is one of 4 channels of RMF-FM, because there's RMF-FM, RMF Max, RMF Classic, and Radiofonia, and those 4 radio channels are cooperating with each other. And in one of them, every single week, I do have a radio show called Mania Nauki, which is just a short interview with scientists. Every single week there's a new one, so sometimes CERN and chemistry, next week physics and astrophysics, and then economy and law. There are so many great people, scientists, who are willing to come to the show, so it's a great pleasure to have them every single week during this 10 minutes interview, which is quite nice and very informal way to know more about their environment. So maybe this is just enough of information about me. This is the main thing that I want to tell you today. So if you are interested in various disciplines, various elements, various topics, it's really, really good. And my experience, especially the professional one, I'm attorney at law, I'm working at the Academia, but at the same time, I'm doing some journalist stuff, because working in radio is nothing else but being a journalist. So as you can see, you can combine all those elements, and this is just my way to do something new in a scientific field. So this is about me. And let's go and start our main part of today's webinar. So guys, today I was checking news like I do every single day. And just today I found new information from European Commission. So a few days ago, Special Eurobarometer 503 was published, and European Commission find out that Here you have. Here is the information. I found it on Instagram because I'm observing them. So what is written in the report? 72%. So this is the amount of people who are coming across fake news at least several times a month. So it's a lot. So there is nothing else what I can say about fake news as a scientist and as a person who is a curious one. You have to always check the sources. And this is just the basic element that you obviously know and know it very well. But I want to show you that element, fake news, from the new perspective that we do have from 6 months, from the perspective of lockdown. And let me say, time of coronavirus and aftermath, what will happen then. So what happened 3 weeks ago? I remember the date was 11th of March, I guess. I was having lectures at the Jagiellonian University with my students. I guess it was civil law or civil law procedure, because this is my topic. And I was having lectures, and then students informed me that university will be closed from next day, and everything is going online. So I was just the last to know, in fact. And then next day, when everything was closed, university was closed, and new form of education was on, I thought about it. Okay, I will observe that time. I'm just curious from the scientific point of view, but also from I'm talking to you as a professional one. So I wanted to observe that time, and I was just curious, what will happen in news? What will happen with scientific resources? What will happen with great literature? Great literature is just non-academic literature. I mean, reports, official reports, surveys, and so on. And I was just curious, and that was my own research as well. And what I've noticed, and this is just a bunch of information that I want to tell you today. One thing, and it's obviously connected with fake news. Here you have new source of information. That time from 6 months, so I treat it as a lockdown. Many companies, and here you have just few examples of them, started to do new analytical job. What does it mean? Every single week we have new reports. They're from every single branch that you can imagine. So if you are interested, I'm not sure which field you are representative here today, but I'm sure that people connected with the chemistry, medical science, biology, mathematics, economy, law will have something new data that appeared now. Why it's like that? Why we have so many reports nowadays? Obviously, all of us, we're just interested how the world is changing, and this is something amazing for a scientist because you can see it now. I will tell you just my own example. How do I treat this time as a scientist? What I'm doing now. But just to tell you, let's start from the very formal one, and we'll finish on very informal source of information that maybe you will use. So what happened? From this period, the 6 weeks showed me that Google obviously is publishing many reports. Maybe some of you will find them interesting. For example, what I've noticed, there's great report. It's called Google COVID Community Mobility Report. Maybe it will be interesting. All sources will be written down in the end of the presentation. You will have an access to this, so you will find them in the end of the presentation. But maybe if you are interested in people's mobility, you will find those information published by Google. He divided all the data into countries section, so you can easily, for example, in which part of Poland people were staying home during lockdown, and in which part of Poland people just didn't obey. So this is Google. What about others? Google Trends. Let me tell you a few words about this very interesting analytical tool that is for free for all of us. Please check it if you are interested, just in Trends. Obviously, Google Trends, if you'll find it online, just put Google Trends. It's a Google tool that is showing just interesting, so popularity of keywords in internet. So you can easily put there in a search engine any word you can imagine. If it's something connected with your profession, just put it there, and you will see on a timeline if the interesting like popularity level of this keyword is rising or it's coming down. You will have many great information about what's going on now, but what is going on in the previous months and years, because this tool is accessible for a longer period of time. Brandwatch, it's a really great, interesting source of information. Brandwatch is a brand that is observing what is going on in social media all over the world. And if you will check them, Polish source of that information is called Brand24, Brand24. So if you want to check it for Poland, you have Brand24, but if you want to check it for whole world, you can go to Brandwatch, and once a week they're publishing report on what is going on online in social media. So you will know if consumers are buying more online or less online, and it's week by week. So it's interesting because our attitude to the situation was totally different at the beginning of the lockdown, and now it's totally different. And what else you can see? You can see consumers' behavior. You can see what we are talking about in social media. They are monitoring everything. So if you want to use it, you can just click on Brandwatch and you will see these weekly reports. They are extremely interesting. And week by week, we can see what is going on with the society all over the world. The last icon that you do have in here is Grade 4. Why I'm telling you, because it's quite obvious that Deloitte, PwC is publishing reports nowadays. But what's more important, they are doing this every single week. So you can find amazing analysis and reports on selected branch of economy. For example, PwC published just three weeks ago great report on Polish fashion industry during Corona times. So if we will buy more clothes or less shoes, yeah. So this is the case, and you all obviously those reports are accessible for free. So think about that source of information differently now, because maybe it wasn't so interesting for you before this time, but time of lockdown changed how they are producing these reports. Please check them out. Other source of information that I truly believe all of you heard about them. It's free online courses, so it means MOOCs. I'm not a fan of MOOCs. Why? Because there's this lack of interaction with students. It's not my thing, but I changed my mind during lockdown. Why? I'll tell you why. I always wanted to go for Harvard for like very prestige course that was till now not available for free. It was affordable, but obviously I was like, okay, maybe one day, maybe during holidays, I will have more time. What happened during coronavirus? My beautiful course is for free. Obviously, I'm not very systematic person, so it's hard for me to do it. But now I have this option and I can do it for free. So please check those websites. I mean, edX, Coursera, and Class Central, which is having which is doing updates every single week. So you can see which university is offering what kind of a course. And obviously they are divided into two parts, for free and paid one. And really, guys, you can find the best courses with the best professors all around the world just for free now, because few universities, and basically those the best one, opened that option for free because of the coronavirus and lockdown that we are going through now. So I'm entirely sure that in few weeks they will close this option, and this is only for now. And if you will start it now, you have few weeks to finish it. So this is one and only opportunity, and the list of them is accessible and is updating. Please check those websites. Maybe you will find something for you. And think about it, because this is something that I'm doing. I was always interested in courses that are not linked with my field of studies and my field of professional life, because I was always wanting to do a course like AI basic, or like artificial intelligence, elements of technical aspects, not my thing, but something new. But hey, as you can see, this is the option for free, so maybe it will be also something motivation and inspiring you. So one thing that I want to add here, and it's just an element that I want to like point it out in here, because this is the time that we are mostly staying home. We have time to think about our future, about our research plan, future projects. And I'm thinking, guys, think about your competences of the future, because maybe something has changed. This is what I know now, and I didn't know it about my working environment. For example, university needs to have evaluation as well, and probably we, as people who are having classes with students, I'm entirely sure, we'll need to change our models, how we are producing courses in next years. Okay, even if we'll come back to the university, I'm sure that some of courses will stay online like it is now. So, for example, for me, I need to have new competences. I need to have new skills. I need to be more online. I need to more know about how to do my work well. So how to do, for example, classes online in a very interactive manner. So this is new skill that I need to have, and whole university needs to have. But think about yourself, guys, because obviously the world is changing. You know it very well. And you know that it won't be ever again like it was in November 2019. So maybe it will change also for you, and I mean for your future plans. So think about it like that maybe this is just good time to evaluate your skills, your future plans, and maybe your competences, as you can see at the presentation, should be changed. If you want to know more what scientists and experts see, how do they see the future of competences, you can check, and there are two sources that I want to emphasize in here. First one, it's a DLab, it's a Center of Management Economy Studies at Warsaw University. Please check them out, dlab.pl or warsawuniversity.pl, and you will find for free, accessible and online for all of us, quite huge report on competences of the future. Maybe you will know more about the profession that you want to do or you are doing now and what will happen with it. Maybe from that publication you will know more what type of a skill you need, because this is very interesting and very important time for us, for all of us, I'm sure for me as well, to evaluate yourself. And let's be honest, maybe I have lack of that type of a skill. So this is good time to know more about it and know more about my profession. So you can find those elements in the report. Second source, it's called Barometr Zawodów. This is very interesting web page. You will find it online. The sources will be shown in the end, where you can find prediction about need of profession on the market. So let's think about it. If I'm studying economy, will I be needed on a market in few months? Or maybe not. Maybe it's better to switch into other profession. So you will find few information over there. Obviously, you will find new reports on that if you will put in Google future competences. But here are just two of them, and they are very reliable sources. Other thing that I want to emphasize, lockdown, it's awful time for our motivation, but beautiful for researchers and people who want to do something socially. And here, and as you have seen, I've started from the very formal sources of information, and I want to finish my presentation concentrating on informal one. And let's see what I do have in here on presentation. Nowadays, most of us are staying home. We are working online. You are staying with our computers around 20, maybe 16 hours per day. This is me. Sometimes I'm not sure which application is sending me messages because I'm all the time on some of them. As you can see, this time is an interesting time for gathering data. And here are just two examples of beautiful ad hoc research and ad hoc projects, which are very important, not from the economical and sociological point of view, but just for a human being. Let's check the first one. It's a project of Institute of Psychology at the Jagiellonian University. The group of researchers, finally 8 of them, from professors till students of MA studies, they decided to maybe if you are able to read it in Polish, to do a research on a time of during the time of pandemia. Obviously, they are mainly concentrated on lockdown and its influence of this lockdown or our mental health. And what is it? It's a great example of ad hoc research. The lockdown started, it was first week. During the second week, they decided, okay, let's make a call, what we can do during this time, because obviously it's very important and we should do something with it on a scientific basis. Let's do some research. As you can see, they are still working. This is a post from 21st of April. It's still continuing. You will have a source in the end. But what's mostly important here, they did something like that. So they decided, okay, let's do something now. Let's try to gather as much data as we can from this very interesting period, because it will be essential then. So think about it. Maybe you have some data, or you want to do some questionnaire, or you want to make a series of surveys with your friends, with the group of respondents. I'm not sure which profession you are representing here, but guys, I'm entirely sure that all of you have some topics that they are interested in. I will tell you my examples, just me, but I'm a yoga fan, okay? During the first week, I was like, okay, there won't be yoga, what I will do. Then my favorite teacher from Krakow, from yoga school, she obviously started to do those online courses. And during the second week of lockdown, I was quite okay. I was calm. I was doing yoga every single day with her. But during this third week, I've noticed that she's changing her business model, because at the beginning, she was offering her service for free. And during the third week, she switched and she decided, hey guys, I'm doing this not for free, but you can pay me as much as you can. So I thought about that. It was just my own research. I thought, I wonder how many people are paying her, and if normal price for a yoga class is between 25 and 40 zlotys, I just wonder how many of us who are attending classes are paying her, and what is the average amount that she's getting. So you see, and I started to do my own research. As you can see, it's not connected with my legal field of studies, maybe somehow with management, but this is what I'm doing. And I'm doing this just for myself. I did a quick questionnaire on a Google Forms as before for free. And I sent it online on few pages and groups on Facebook. Guys, can you imagine how many responses I do have now? So it's like around 3 weeks and a half. I have around 1,000 response. So it's a bunch of information. I have no idea how will I use it, but I was just curious what is the difference between the regular price and this price that is paying now during this time and these conditions that we all do have. So as you can see, you can do it by yourself as well. Maybe you will use it. Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's for someone else. Maybe it's scientific. Maybe it's more connected with your professional element, so it's based on sectors. Hey, who cares? But this is just good time, because think about it. All of us are in the same situation. We are sitting in front of our computers. Second project that I want to tell you a few words about, it's just ad hoc project. I mean, project that was initiated like that. And it was basically not a research one, but a social one. Maybe you heard about her. It's a Polish student, but on a high school level. She created a page on a Facebook, and what she has put it there. She posted few photos, as you can see from the presentation, of cosmetics, but those cosmetics doesn't exist. It's a web page, it's a group where women, mostly women, because they are mostly in this situation, can come to the page and send a message. This page is connected with Polish station, with Polish police, because people who are having problem with domestic violence sometimes cannot call a police because it's, for example, they don't have a phone and they're in a very aggressive situation. So because it looks like a cosmetic brand, she decided maybe it will be easier for women to come on Facebook and to write a message. Hey, I have a serious issue at house. I have a serious problem with domestic violence. Please help me. And this page is linked with police. And that time police knows that there's something going on and can appear and come to the address. So as you can see, it's beautiful social tool and social project that was invented because of the situation, because as you obviously know, the level of domestic violence is rising up during the lockdown. So as you can see, there was a need and the project appeared, and obviously it didn't need any special refunds. Obviously it has to be, and it was a systematic job because she had to contact with police. But hey guys, nowadays everyone is quite open and people want to cooperate, and this collaborative society is raising up. So just few other positive project. As you know, I'm a lawyer and I'm working now at the Faculty of Management and Social Communication at the Jagiellonian University, because I'm basically as a scientist concentrated on legal technology and on legal market in Poland. So that's why I'm trying to combine my legal education with business. So that's why I'm sorry, but most of the projects will be connected with social science. But this is amazing how social science is now cooperating with other fields of science. So be open to it. This is my example, but obviously you can think about this marriage between, I'm not sure now, physics and journalists and economy and medicine. It's interdisciplinary, it's just new way how science is thinking. And one of the great examples, sorry, again, is from Jagiellonian University, but come on, once I told you about Warsaw University, so I'm not such a crazy fan of my university. But here's just project of very close to me, Faculty of Law and Administration at Jagiellonian University. They decided, hey, pandemic time and lockdown is very interesting from the legal point of view. Let's do like that. Let's publish a web page where scientists from all over the world, because it's in English, can write a short article about their vision of influence of coronavirus on a legal field. And obviously we have so many great articles about cybersecurity, education system, prison system. So we have so many fields. As you can see, it's just a mixture of fields, because there are so many disciplines, there are representatives over there, that is just beautiful way how you can combine few elements. Other project, this time from Warsaw University. So you see, I'm very open. At D-Lab at Warsaw University, again, as you can see, D-Lab, the Center of Management and Studies in the field of economy, they launched great project. You can see the name on the screen, which is nothing else but a bunch of data science from the social challenges brought by COVID. So you can see great conceptual map, you can see the list of trends, you can see new ways how internet, because obviously they are working on science data and mainly on internet, how internet is giving us money and data in many fields and branches. And this is very interesting because they are updating this every 2 weeks. So we can easily, for example, what is going on with Airbnb in Warsaw and in Poland? What is going on with that market? What is going on with sharing economy? Sharing economy, it's Spotify, it's Airbnb. We have also gift economy. Gift economy is giving something for free. Nowadays, we can see many initiatives that are in a field of gift economy. And hey, it's not only sociological, because it's obviously interesting from that field, but it's also interesting from the perspective of psychologists and people who are interested in management as well. So this is a great source of information and very reliable based on methodology, because they are using this very scientific methodology. You have everything written over there. So please check it if you will be interested in the social challenges that are brought by coronavirus. Next one, I remember to leave you some time in the end for questions, but as you probably know, I can talk for hours, so I'll try to combine it in few last slides. So because I started with a formal source of information, I want to end up in few tips on an informal level. And hey guys, podcast is just great thing, and I'm in Poland. This is very interesting. You are guys from many countries, so I wonder how it is in your countries. But in Poland, podcasts are not that much in a, like, let me say, a popular wave. I found research that during lockdown in Poland, there's 10% decrease of popularity of podcasts. That's quite interesting, because for me, for example, but I'm a radio person. I love to be at home, do some stuff, and listen to the material. So it can be radio, it can be podcast, it can be audiobook. But this is me. But think about you. Maybe if you haven't tried it, this is just perfect time for you, because hey, again, it's for free. Not all of them, obviously. I want to show you one chart that it's first 7 of the Spotify, the most popular podcast in US in the field of education, obviously. On the 4th position, you have TED Talks, and come on, we all of us, we know them. And probably during the regular basis, we don't have that much time to listen so many great TEDx talks, but maybe now it's just great time. You could put it on and listen, and it's just great source of information just to open your brain on other disciplines. In Poland, I don't want to be boring, but this is case and example from my field of view. I'm interested in legal technology, so IT solutions for lawyers. And I do have my own podcast for me. I mean, I'm not the author of it, but this is just one that I'm listening to regularly. It's Legal Tech Lab. It's in Polish, so maybe it's not the case for you, but I'm entirely sure that you will find something for you. And okay, I'm trying to tell you more about sources of information that are scientifically proved. So that's why I'm telling you about this educational background. But if you are interested of any other topic, I'm sure you will find a podcast. If you haven't tried it, just try it now. It's a cool way. And one other thing, sometimes you are contacting me and you are asking me, what can I do with my field of interest? I'm very good at some topic. I have some information. I want to share it. So, hey guys, maybe this is just for you. There are so many online free tools, how you can obviously use them and switch the format to podcasts. So maybe this is something for you. I want to just show you where to look for information and what are new channels, maybe for you to do it or to listen to, but just think about it. Few elements that I want to add, and then we'll have time time for you, obviously. I want to tell you just 3 things, because as a scientist, I'm observing what is going on, and I can feel that this time, the 6 weeks, have been extremely interesting from scientific point of view, because the collaborative society is really rising up. And there are so many great examples. And as you can see, I want to show you just not a scientific one, it's just a collaborative society, a group. Maybe you heard about this group. It's called Widzialna Ręka. Sorry for Polish pronunciation. I'm sure that you will have the same groups on Facebook in your countries, but it's nothing else like an example of collaborative society. So people who want to work together, and there is just one goal for us nowadays during the lockdown, to help each other. And this is just great example, and it has elements of scientific, and it will be for sure a project that will be analyzed by scientists. Because, hey, as you can see, this group Widzialna Ręka was launched on Facebook on 11th of March. Now it has more than as you can see, 100 members. Who are there in this group on Facebook? People who want to help each other during this coronavirus time and during this lockdown time. And for example, in each city, you have your own Widzialna Ręka. In my city, in Krakow, there's Widzialna Ręka Kraków. And if anyone needs help, for example, hey, I have my old grandmother who needs help. Can you buy her a butter and leave her just next to her door? It will be very awesome. So this is this type of a collaborative society that is nowadays just everywhere. And this is very informal. I mean, not a scientific example, but the same is going on in the field of science, guys. Scientists are very open now to share their results, their analysis, their material. How come, you will ask? I will give you one example. I was for many months staying in New York, and that time when I was and when I was doing my research at Columbia University, I did have an access to the library, but obviously it was because I was doing my research over there. Nowadays, this library is it has an open access to everyone all over the world. So as you can see, I can do the same what I was doing there, but I can do it here from home. And you will have so many great examples of library that is opening up, from research group that are just very open to collaborate. And great example, I will tell you from my perspective. It was 3 weeks ago. I had one vision of research that I can conduct here in Poland in legal sector, and I know that something similar was doing one group at NYU. So I just wrote them an email and I said, hey guys, you have this great model. Can I use it in Poland? I will translate it and then we will combine results. You know what? I was waiting 2 days for a reply. Okay, Americans are very open. I love them. Maybe this is it. But at the same time, as you can see, scientists are so open to collaborate, and maybe it's time for you. Business is the same, because everyone is seeing that this is just the time that we should collaborate. Think about it like that. It's also a source of information. And just last thing, I believe in this movement, do it yourself. So guys, if you feel you want to spread the knowledge and you want to talk to others, you want to send a message, you want to do something with others or by yourself, guys, this is just the time to take your camera like that and to do whatever you want. If you want to do interviews, you can do it via Skype. If you want to show an experiment, just take, like in here, just take, use your house and use the equipment that you do have. I truly believe that this is just the best time because everyone is online, so we should use it somehow for our own goods. And maybe you always wanted to start to do something. Hey guys, everyone is doing this on a daily basis, like here on the photo, at home by yourself. And I will show you the other example. When 6 weeks ago, the lockdown started, I thought, oh my God, how will I do my lectures online? It's impossible. And then after a few days, I called my friends who are having some studios and they're working in marketing agency. And they say, Caroline, calm down. Let's do like this. And see, let's check what I do have on the photo. You know, there's this, what's the name in English? The table for iron. There's a lamp. Maybe you can see there's this lamp that is standing up, but there's the other lamp that is lower. You know what is it? It's a lamp, but what I've put on a lamp, it was a cover from the floor that I did have at my home. So it was something to make this light more not that bright. And here's me, and I'm wearing my just regular clothes that I'm wearing at home, obviously with the Jagiellonian University logo in here. Okay, I'm devoted, but this is me. And as you can see, I was doing like that, and I'm still doing this in the same manner, and I will be till the end of my classes with students online. And in fact, I love it, and I can do it like that, and I can be online with them. And this is just my way because I'm working at the university, but the same with podcast, and the same with any other way that you want to use. So this is just an example. So thank you very much. what can I say? Let's be positive. I'm sure everything will be fine, and we'll use that time as in the best way that we can. But here is a bunch of information. If you want to contact me anytime, Karolina Mania and Jagiellonian University, you will find my name. If you want to ask NAWA, for sure they will give you a contact to me anytime. You can write me an email. If you need any source of information, if you need any inspiration, somehow I can help you, just let me know. And I guess, thank you. If you have any questions, I guess this is just perfect time because we have like 15 minutes. And I remember Michał from NAWA told me to leave some time for you guys. Thank you so much for nice words. Please, if you have any questions about motivation, inspiration, it's hard for me to know which type of science you are representing, because I'm not sure if it's social science, if it's medicine. I'm not sure about it, but biotech. Biotech is a great example. Obviously, there are so many sources now of this interdisciplinary research in a field, because hey, vaccine is not the one and only topic that is connected with bio and the coronavirus topic. So, okay, if you want to study at the Jagiellonian University, because someone is saying that, obviously, just let me know. We have great biotech center at the Jagiellonian University. Maybe you heard about them. So guys, if you have questions, just let me know. Maybe somehow I can answer that. But one thing, okay, I can continue like that, guys. It's just, why not? As you can see, I wanted to emphasize this element of interdisciplinary studies and this element of ad hoc research. And guys, I'm not sure how many of you will stay at academia. It's not important, because if you are not staying at academia, I hope you will be the best professional ever. So maybe if you are interested in one of the fields, so this is just great time to look for two things. One, to new sources of information, and second, obviously, to try to know as much as you can from new channels like podcasts, like reports. You have to check universities. You have to check these big four reports, and you will find it. What was your first degree course? I have my first degree. You mean what did I study? If you ask about my education path, I have only 5 years studies, and it was law at the Faculty of Law and Administration at the Jagiellonian University, because legal studies have 5 years. We don't have 2 plus 3, we have 5. So yeah, I'm typical lawyer, maybe not typical because I'm telling you today not sexy things about tax law. But guys, come on, you can, as me, I'm lawyer, I'm working from Monday till Friday as attorney at law. I'm working as PhD in law, nowadays not at the Faculty of Law, but at the Faculty of Management and Social Communication at the Jagiellonian University. But as you can see, I was able to combine few elements of my fields of interest, because I feel my brain is working like a lawyer, so, you know, like that. But I was always very interested, not only at this practical way, because this is something that I know, I'm going to court from Monday to Friday, but I was always interested in this other element as a legal sector. That's why from my PhD, I switched from internet domain names dispute to a new topic, let me say, legal technology, because it's, wow, it's blowing my mind how artificial intelligence will change my everyday work. So this is the topic. Can someone from Gliwice to Jagiellon? Hey guys, you are always welcome. Come on. Who knows? You know, maybe my course will be available online from October 2020. Who knows, guys? So there's a question: what can we do as academic community to stop spreading fake news? And second question, Matthew, I'll answer that. Guys, there's, you know, I feel it. I'm telling you as a lawyer, as a fake news is just wrong information. Okay, I treat it like that. I'm always checking sources, but probably this is my problem, because during legal studies they were always asking me, did you check it, Caroline? And during my professional life, I was having the same question all the time. This regulation is still on, or maybe it's not anymore there. So I was always into checking. So this is just like, if you're asking me if scientific community has to do something else, please be those who are checking the sources. So, for example, today you can check it. I'm not sure if it's a reliable, but it's a very interesting article on Polityka. It's Polish magazine that is weekly published. There's this article about five fake news on coronavirus. And obviously there is this new phenomenon of 5G, and there's not scientifically proved link to coronavirus. There's a second article about Chernobyl and this link with coronavirus. You know, guys, we should know what is going on in the society, and this type of information will be there. But be as brave as you can be to do something with it. If you can hear that someone is spreading this type of information, and I don't want to swear here, but this is information. So let's do something with it, because the source obviously doesn't exist, scientific source. Guys, what were question? How long did you study? Oh, in total, in States, I was like 3 years. But obviously during like MA studies, and then during PhD studies, and just during this autumn, I was in New York as well. Someone, English. What course can someone change from? Please, guys, you know what? Can you recommend online law courses? Oh God, this is the topic, guys. If you are interested in law courses, in Coursera you have you have a category list. And there is a list of legal one. And I'm telling you, this time of lockdown opened so many great legal courses. One of the best ones are on Harvard and Berkeley. Berkeley has so many free online courses that, guys, I'm you know, it's hard to tell you. I'm not sure which field you are interested in. But guys, there are so many great interdisciplinary legal courses. For example, I'm in AI, so I'm trying to know as much as I can about technical aspect of AI, but also legal implementation of AI in legal fields. So there are so many great courses that I even cannot imagine that. I have a list of them. Now I'm going through, but obviously I don't have that much time to do it regularly, and I'm not a regular person, as I said. So guys, but I'm trying as much as I can, and it wasn't available for free before. Guys, if you have about this Gliwice, guys, in fact, in Gliwice, this is a very great example, because I heard that there is some connection with Gliwice and my faculty of management and social communication at Jagiellonian University, but not in bio. I'm not sure about that. But guys, I'm sure you'll find something inspiring for you. If they're not, if you have any question, guys, just please let me know. The source of information, because I cannot show you the presentation about fake news without source list of sources, okay? That would be awful. So guys, if you want to contact me, I'm just always available for you. You will find Karolina.Mania uedu.pl, but you will find me online for sure. NAWA for sure will be helpful. And guys, thank you so much. I hope it was just a good bunch of information for you. Anytime you can contact me, maybe somehow I can connect you with university, other universities. Just feel free to open. Don't treat me as a lawyer who is a representative of social science only, because sometimes, thanks to Mania Nauki and my radio show, I've met so many people from so many universities and so many disciplines. Maybe it will be helpful. And obviously follow the series of webinars, Ready, Study, Go Poland. Poland Students for Poland, organized by Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange, so NAWA, because obviously they're doing like really great job for you offering this type of webinar. So thank you, NAWA. And obviously check their webpage and what else. Thank you so much, guys. Any questions, if you would like to have, just write me an email, karolina.mania, and the rest is just ui.edu.pl. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe, stay home, but sometimes go for a walk to forest because we can. Thank you.